Maybe you have different doubts regarding the what is the meaning of the MuleSoft, what is this technology. So what are the prerequisites I need to learn the MuleSoft? Is there job openings for the freshers? Is there any job improvement whether I am already existing in the field? So is it added any extra advantage when I learn the MuleSoft? All these questions I can address you. Okay. So don't worry, one by one, I can explain it. Okay, let me start what my course. So when coming to the initiators, we are the pioneer of the IT technologies and the training program, that is Naresh IT technologies. So myself is Srinath, so I'm the MuleSoft trainer here. So today I'm giving the brief introduction about the APIs and MuleSoft technology and some question and answer, something like that one. So this is today's agenda. So before starting of the course, we need to understand what is the main intention of the MuleSoft and all those topics I can cover these things. So what is an API? So what is the MuleSoft? Where it is coming? What is the history behind the MuleSoft? Everything. So what are the tools to use to design any API by using the MuleSoft? And we can create one simple API, and we will see how it is very simple compared to other technology. So these are my agenda points. Okay. So somebody chatting. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's start our course. So before starting of the MuleSoft, first you have to remember by using MuleSoft what we are going to do it. So just remember you guys. So by using MuleSoft, we are going to create an API. Just remember this word. So by using the MuleSoft software, we can able to create an API. Okay, forget about the technology, what is the MuleSoft, everything. Today we will see simple example of API. So what is an API? What is the API can do? Okay, so maybe some of you members already aware of it. What is an API? The A stands for Apple, P stands for Parrot, I stands for ink. That's not. So the API stands for Application Program Interface. Okay, so this is a simple acronym of your API, the word API. The API is nothing but application program interface. Just remember. So what is an application? Maybe you guys tell me what is an application. You can ping me on the chat box. I can address those things. What is an application? Because here I am using one application. Maybe you are using one application. What is an application? In simple words, for example, I want to send a message from my system to another system. So definitely I need one program. So what that the program, for example, I'm using the WhatsApp. So somebody giving the answer. The application is nothing but the collection of program as it is very good. So application is nothing but collection of program. For example, I want to send some message to my friend. Then I can use one software program. There may be Telegram, there may be WhatsApp, there may be Facebook. So different things are there, right? So those you can call it as an application. So inside of the application, obviously there are number of programs are executing. Now you can understand, everybody know. So application is nothing but the collection of program. So what my intention is how these applications are communicating from one with each other. Okay, so that is the main intention of an API. Now you can see it. So one second. So an where it is. So you can see the application, the API can allows you, the application can talk each other. For example, there is a one application is there Facebook. So there is another application is there YouTube. So these are two applications. How these two applications are can talk other. So how these two applications are communicating from one each other. Definitely they need one interface. That interface generally we can call it as an API. Just remember the main aim of an API is an API allows you to talk different applications together. Okay, for example, I want to talk with some other one. How you can able to talk with, either you can use the language, either you can use the English language, either you can use the Hindi language to communication between two person. The same way, there are different applications are running inside of my program. I want to communicating with one application with another application. So in those situation, I need to create an API. So the API allows you to communicating or to talk one application with another application. Okay, so this is the maybe in the first time you are not getting this point. We will see one real time example, then you can understand what is an API, everything. Okay, don't worry about it. Still, I'm not getting what is the definition of API. You are talking about the API is method, it is allowing you two applications are communicating with each other, but I didn't get it. In simple words, what is an API? Now you can understand every time I'm using the same example to explain an API. It is very simple and very effectively. Let us assume now you are inside of a restaurant. So you need to order some food, right? You can observe it. You assume is this is yourself. You need to order a food. How you can order the food? How you can order the food? So by simply you can observe, by simply calling the number of items, or otherwise you need to choose your order, right? So how you can able to choose your order? By seeing the restaurant menu. So by seeing the restaurant menu book, you can able to pick whatever the item you want. Okay, just observe it. The next thing. So where the items are available, inside of the tables, inside of the server, or inside of the kitchen? Obviously, your items are prepared inside of the kitchen. Whatever you are ordered, that should be prepared inside of the kitchen by chef. Once the preparation gets done, how he can deliver this item to the this table? So he can simply throw it away from the kitchen. Otherwise, how they can follow it? The item is prepared inside of the kitchen. This item should be forwarded to my user. How he can able to forward it? Is any answers? Is there any answer? How they can how you can give the order? No, no answers. By using servers, by using the waiter, as the some of the already you can see inside of the kitchen there is a waiter is there. So whatever item is prepared by chef, that item is hand over to the this person. What is this part? This is a waiter. So the waiter catches this item and he is the responsible to forward that item to the users. Okay, now you can understand when we take the simple example, there are three parts are there. The first one is the user, the second one is the kitchen, the third one is the waiter. Okay, now let us assume what is the meaning of an API. Now you can understand. Now you can see the user orders the food. You can see the user by seeing the menu card, he is ordering the food through an waiter. The waiter carry for that order to kitchen. For example, I'm ordering one plate of chicken palav. That order is taken by waiter. That order is carry forward to kitchen. Why? Because my all items are prepared inside of the kitchen. My all items are available inside of the kitchen. Now I'm ordering my given order to the chef. Oh, so that particular customer wants to one plate of chicken palav. Then I can add out that item to the waiter. Again, the waiter carry forward that item to the customer. Now you can see in between user and chef communication, there is one interface there. That interface you can call it as a waiter. So in this example, whatever you are seeing, the waiter is nothing but your API. Now you can see. So this waiter is acted as a mediator between one application to another application. It's the same thing. So there, let us assume this is one software program, this is another software program. Now I want to communication between this software program to this software program. So in between there should be a one mediator. That mediator you can call it as an API. Now you can understand. So your API act as a mediator between your client application and your server application. Now you can understand. So without using an API, we are unable to communicating from your client machine to server machine. Now you can understand this, you can call it as an API. By using an API, we can able to communicating between one source system to another source system. Okay, now you can see in technical point of view, what we can call it as. This is, you can call it as a client. The client the client uses a particular app to order the item. The same thing, for example, I want to send my message to my particular friend. So how you can able to send the message? By using different apps. Either you can use the WhatsApp, either you can use the Telegram. That you can call it as an app. Now assume you are the client. So you need to send some information to my friend. So the client uses a particular app. By using that particular app, what you going to do is requesting the data. That request is carry forward by that request is always carry forward by one mediator. That mediator you can call it as an API. That means this API is responsible for the taking request from the client, and these requests are transferred to the my server. Now in the caption, the first part is completed. I'm taking request and then carry forward to my server. So what happened inside of the server? The inside of the server, we are processing the data and I'm giving some response. Just remember, I'm giving some response. That response should be always carry forward to my user, right? For example, that you can call it as a response. You can see through an API only we can able to request the data. Through an API only we can give the response to the client. So for let us assume in this place there is no APIs there. Now is it possible to transfer the data from client mission to server mission? Is it possible? No, it is not possible. So this is the simplest way of transferring the data, or simplest way of maintaining the communication between client mission to server machine. Now you understand what is an API in simple words. At this point, you have any doubts? Now you can ask me at the chat box. I can answer your questions. You have any doubts, you can ping me or you can raise the hand. I can explain the simple example of API. It's not a technically the normal way. Theoretically, it's an example of an API. Is there you have any doubts? You can ping me. I can wait 2 minutes. One second. API means web service. Yeah, we will see that next slide. You can get that question answer. How communication between client and server? Yes, I can address that one. Yeah. Any other? Yeah. So maybe you are getting one doubt. So what is the need of API and what is the need of the client and where this one? Maybe you are getting some right. So now you can understand. Actually, what is the need of an API? Now you are observe it. This is an API. What is the main aim of API? It is picking the request from the client. Those requests are transferred to the server. The server give the response to the my client. This is simple architecture of API. Okay. Maybe you are getting one doubt. Actually, what is the need of an API? Now just now you are know about what is an API. Now we are getting one doubt. So what is the need of an API? Maybe now you can understand it. One second. Forget about this one. First we see this one, then we can come back to remaining things. Maybe now you can understand what is the need of an API. Okay. Let us assume for this one, I can explain with a simple example. Let us assume maybe you are already know about the most famous application, that is facebook.com, otherwise youtube.com. What are all these? What are all these? These are the different servers. Now, for example, I want to view a particular movie songs in the YouTube. So how you can able to do that one? You can directly open the YouTube or you can open any app. So for example, I want to watch a movie on the YouTube. How the process you are following? First, we need to open. What is this one? This is your web browser, right? So inside of the web browser, you are typing like this one, www.youtube.com. So now what happened when we when we open this web, when we type this application name inside of the web browser, what happened? So your web youtube.com is available inside of the web browser, or it is available inside of some remote place. So your youtube.com always be available inside of some remote place. Just remember it. So that remote place we can call it as a servers. Now what is my intention? This is my client application. So So let us assume are the client or the user. Now user wants some data from youtube.com. What is the situation here? The youtube.com is not available inside of the user system. It is available inside of the some remote place that you can call it as a server. Now what is my intention? I want to pick the data from this remote server. For that one I am sending some request. Okay, I'm sending to request by using one app. That app you can call it as a web browser. By using my web browser, I'm sending my request to my remote server. From this remote server, I'm picking response again to this one. Now you can understand. So again, you can see I'm sending request to the server and server giving the response. You can see again, it is the communication between one application to another application. Why I'm sending request to my server? Because my resource is available inside of a remote place. This is the modern way architecture of modern way of architecture of data storing. Your data is not available inside of your local machine. Your data is always be available inside of some remote places. So how you can able to pick the data from the remote server is we need differently, we need to use different, what is this one, different web services. So now you can understand. So by creating the web service, by using the web services only, we can able to pick the data from your remote server. So this is the need of creating the web services. So by using an API, we can able to create, a web service. Now you can understand. So maybe some of one question, some of the member asked the question. So what is the need of creating a web service? Because your data is available inside of the remote server. So through a remote server, we need to pick the data. So how you can able to pick the data from the remote server? By creating the web service. So by creating the web service means by using an API, we can able to create a web service. Just remember it. Okay. So in the modern world, data is not available inside of your machine. Data is always available inside of the cloud. Cloud is nothing but one kind of server. So how you can able to pick the data from the server? Obviously we need to create web services. So your API is example for one of the web service. Okay. So now you can understand what is the need of creating an APIs means we need to communicate. For example, if you want to open your Gmail mails, so where the Gmail server is available inside of your machine or inside of the web browser, this Gmail is available somewhere else. We don't know what is the location. So how you can able to open that one? You can simply open web browser and you can type gmail.com. So that typing URL that you can call it as one API. Just remember it. Okay, for example, if you want to first open Facebook, then you have to open www.facebook.com. That is one web service. You want to open YouTube website, so www.youtube.com, that you can call it as a web service. So by using this web service, we can able to pick the data from the remote server to your machine. So API is nothing but one of the web service. Okay, at this point you have any doubts, you can ask me. Still got doubts? What is an REST API? We will see. I can explain it now. Now you can see. So 1 second, I can change my pointer. You can see these are, let us assume. So I'm using the web application on the laptop. I'm opening my Chrome on the mobile phone, or otherwise I'm using one ERP dedicated server. You can see these are my all my clients. So the client sends a request to my remote server, where my remote server is available somewhere else. So how you can able to access your remote server through a network? That network you can call it as the internet. Now you can understand. For example, if you want to watch movie on YouTube, the where your YouTube is available inside of the server. So by using the internet only, we can able to access it. Okay. So when we using the internet, what is the things? Here is important one. We need to use different kinds of protocols. Just remember. So what protocol I'm using here? HTTP. What is the intention of HTTP? Whenever we need to transfer the data from via internet, we need to use HTTP protocol. Okay. So wherever you are seeing the HTTP, that is blindly you can say that that is an web service. That means that to enable a web service, we need to use which protocol? HTTP. That's why while we're typing youtube.com, you need to enter HTTP colon something like that one. That HTTP always indicates what kind of web service you are using. Okay. So this is the need of an API. Now we will see some more points. Now you can understand what is the need of creating an API. Okay. So what is an API? We already seen your API allows you software to talk each other. Okay. So there are different kinds of APIs are there, public API, partner APIs, different APIs are there. Okay. Just remember the API can allow you communication between one application to another application. Maybe still I'm not getting this concept of an API, right? Let's see very simple example. Maybe everyone can use this application, I think. So what is this phone pay or otherwise there are different integrate payment apps are there. What is this phone pay? Otherwise I can say anyone can ping me on this one. What is this phone pay or something? I can, one second, I can show you. What is the phone pay applications? Maybe you can see this is the typical payment app what we use in daily life. For example, you are selecting an item on the Amazon or the Mitra, something like that one. So at the payment time, it is asking for just like this one. You can either pay using the Google Pay, either you can pay using the phone pay, something like that one, right? So that means let us assume this is one application. So your application wants to communication between your phone pay application. That means you need to communication between one app to another app. How they are going to do it? Now you can get it. So whenever you need to perform any payment applications, what you are doing, we are not going to create your own payment module. So there are already available payment options are there. Either you can use Google Pay, either you can use the phone pay, either you can use the Razor Pay. These are all the some third party payment application. That means let us assume this is one application, this is one application. Now I want to communication between this application to this application. How we can able to do it? How you can able to do it? Now you are getting one sense. So this is my application, this is another application. Now I want to communication between these two applications. So definitely we need to use some kind of technology. You got it? The real time it is happening. Okay. Otherwise we will see one more example how the real time things happening. Now you can understand what is an integration, all these things. Now maybe you already know what is this one. This is the famous thing. One second. This is the Redbus application. So what is this Redbus application? By using the Redbus application, I can able to book the ticket from one location to another location. Let's see. For example, let us take a simple example of Hyderabad to Vizag. I think Vijayawada. I can check such buses. Let's wait for it. No, there are no buses for the Hyderabad to Vijayawada. Yes, you can see it is automatically populating some buses information, but you can observe it. The red bus doesn't maintain the buses. It is always pick the data from the other bus provider. You can see it is picking the data from the APSRTC website, or it is picking the data from the TSRTC information, or it is picking the data from the some third party SVK data travels or Jabba travels. That means so in this example, your red bus is want to communicating with the APSRTC information system or the CSRTC information system. Otherwise, some information it is we need to communicating. Right. So how the applications are communicating from one application to another application. So what kind of technology we're going to read it. So that's the concept of today's class. Okay. That you can call it as one second. This is the one. What is the technical term? We can call it as integration. Okay. So what is the meaning of integration? Means the integration is nothing but we can grouping that individual system into one system, for example. So you want to communicating your application with the phone pay. Now we need to make it as a integration. So by using the integration, we can able to grouping the different system into one together. So this is the name you have to remember, the integration. So what is the need of the integration? Integration is nothing but the communication between one system to another system. So how you can able to communicating? Previously we seen one simple example. How we can able to communicating from one system to another system? By creating the an API. So that's the ultimate of aim of your API. What is the use of an API is, now you can understand what is the use of an API is. For example, let us take, this is the simple example. Redbus application wants to communicating with the different system, APSRTC or TSRTC or Jabbar Travels. You can see these are all the individual system. This is one, my system one. My system one is communicating with the other systems, third system, fourth system. I need to communicate it. How you can able to communicate it means by creating the different APIs. Now you can understand. So what is the meaning of API? We can able to communicating from one system to another system. What is the need of communication is, we need to create communication between one system to another system, that we can call it as, what is the technical word? We can call it as a integration. Now you can understand integration is nothing but we can map our communicating between one system to another system. How we can able to do the integration means by creating the APIs. So your MuleSoft is allows you to create an API. That's why MuleSoft is the best example for the integration platform. So this is the little bit introduction to MuleSoft. So in this point, you have any doubts, you can ask me here. I can spend 2 to 3 minutes. So maybe some of members ask the question, phone pay interfaces with the help of we can able to do our payments, right? So I can show you how the phone pay is integrated behind. Maybe you don't know. So maybe you are thinking the entire phone pay software is included into your application, though that's not the do. Okay, they will provide some APIs to perform the payment application. I can show you in this class. Okay, at this point you have any doubts, you can ask me. What is an API? API and MuleSoft, yes. Okay, I can show. Maybe some of members ask the question, what is the server provide web service? All the yeah. Any other? Any other? No. Yeah. Now also assume maybe some of the members not aware of the what is an integration. One you can see the simple word integration is nothing but the grouping. Okay, so I can take a very simple example. One second, I can clear the screen. So there is a one person A is there. A want to communicating with the B. There is another person is there. Okay. Now let us assume. So this is the three persons are available inside of the class. For example, I want to send the information from these two guys. So how you can able to send this information? Maybe you can ping it. Now you can understand what is the need of communication, all these things. So how you can able to communicating from one system to another system? Oh, I cannot not able to see the. So how you can able to, yeah, how you can able to communicating from one system to another system? Let us say simple example. Now I want to send a message to hi. Why I'm making it, how, for example, how you call a friend inside of the class, you can call your friends by simply hi friend, or otherwise you can send some message. Why we are sending the message means I want to communicating between from this system to another system. That means we need to make it as a communication. First we need to connect these two things, then only a communication will be happened, right? So this connection, otherwise I want to send some message A to C. First we need to connect these two systems, then only I can able to communicate. For example, I want to send some information B to C again. First, I need to connect these two systems. Now you can observe it. So typically, this is a one system. How many components are there in the system? There are three components are there. That means I am grouping these components. Whatever you are seeing, that you can call it as a integration. Integration is nothing but the grouping the things together. Why we are grouping the things means because I want to communicating from one source to another source. So how it is possible? Whenever I'm connecting the one source to another source, for example, so there is a phone pay application is there. This is your app. So how your app is communicating with the phone play? First we need to connect these two together, then only we can able to communicate. So making or establishing the connection, technically we can call it as a integration. Okay, so how you can able to do the integration means by using web services. So inside of the web services, what we are going to create? APIs. Now you can understand. So whenever we need to communicating from one system to another system, we need to implement integration. So inside of the integration, what we are going to do? We are going to create web services. The best example of the web service is API. Okay, so that's all about integration. Now you ask me, maybe some of the member ask this question. Okay, so that's all about integration, everything. I don't want to feel going to feel it. So we will see some important points. Just like the MuleSoft, there are other technologies are there. Just like integration, this is the important one. So one of the other integration platforms are there. Dell Boomi is there, Tibco is there, SnapLogic is there, MuleSoft one of the. So these are the other integration platform, just like your MuleSoft. Just remember it. Okay. So maybe this is the most important one. uh, One second. So what are the prerequisites to learn this course? So we no need to any coding skills are required. So you are coming from the BA background or BSc background, you don't have the mechanical background, civil background. Now it is very easy to learn your MuleSoft course. We no need to have any background prerequisites are required. See, if you know what is the XML file and what is the CSV file, it is enough. If you don't know these also, once you start the course, it is very easy to understand these ones. So there are no prerequisites are there. Maybe you are thinking like that, to learn the MuleSoft we require Java knowledge. That's not good. If you don't know the Java, yes, you can able to create the plus. If you know the Java, then well and good. Okay, just remember. So the other requirement. So is there any coding is required for the MuleSoft? Just remember. So there are nothing code is required in MuleSoft. That is not true. But you can see 80% of the code we will write in the MuleSoft by drag and drop components only. Only 20% of the code we will write by using the data view. 90 or 80% of the cases we can simply use the drag and drop components. We never write the code. This is the one of the major advantages of learning MuleSoft. Everything is GUI based one. We can simply drag and drop. That's it. Only 20% of the only we need to write the code. Just remember it. Okay, that is the data view. Okay, so maybe some of the already existing working professional, they may ask this question. So I'm the 10 years in the .NET guy, I'm in the 8 years in the Java, or I'm working as a 5 years in the testing. Is it added advantage for the learning MuleSoft? Means it is very good. So inside of the Java language also, we need to communicating between one resource to another resource. There we can use the MuleSoft API. So if you are using the .NET, inside of the .NET also we can able to use your APIs. There we can need to create APIs by using MuleSoft. Okay, maybe you are switching from one domain to another domain. Then MuleSoft is the best option because it's taking less time to learn and it is very easy to implement and write it. Even the kid also don't know about what is the technologies, everything. By following the classes, by practicing, he can able to create the flows. That is the major advantage of the MuleSoft. Maybe some of the members ask the question, I'm a fresher. So is there any opening for the MuleSoft? As there are the huge number of openings for the freshers also. Because the last coming 2 years only MuleSoft gaining the more popularity. Just remember. So these are the some myths and doubts inside of your mind. So I don't have the any coding skills. Is it helpful? Yes, it is helpful. But the only thing is you need to practice it. Okay. One second. Yeah. Regarding this one, you have any doubts? You can ask me. Maybe some of the members ask the question: is it good for choosing MuleSoft as a career? So for the answer that question, you can see so that you can take any major companies. These are the clients of MuleSoft. Okay, so why? Because for example, you can take McDonald's. The McDonald's always maintain the server to take the orders. They definitely use the web services. That means we are need to create an APIs. Okay, so you can take any major technology. Definitely we need to create an APIs wherever the word API is there. That definitely there is a requirement of your MuleSoft. That's why there is huge demand for the MuleSoft on the today's. So moreover, the most important thing is, so market still know there are not enough MuleSoft professionals are there. Okay. And another important thing is coming 1 or 2 years, there are the number of projects are coming out the market. So there definitely there is a huge requirement for the MuleSoft. Uh, So currently, we are using the API between Spring Boot in the backend service. Maybe some of the question, some of the member asked the question. So I'm using the some existing technology, just like your MuleSoft is API, Delboomi. You are working on the Delboomi professional. You are working on the TEPCO. So is it suggestible to migrating the MuleSoft? Means it's 100%, because compared to all other integration platforms, MuleSoft is become the more popular. Why? Because I can give you that answer also. You can see, so in the 2018 onwards, the MuleSoft is acquired by the Salesforce. You already know what is the Salesforce. Salesforce is the a technology giant in the CRM projects. So wherever they are using the Salesforce technology, they start promoting the MuleSoft. That's why more number of projects are coming out, because the 2019 the MuleSoft is acquired by the Salesforce. From that day onwards, they're starting the developing the MuleSoft very rigorously. They are adding the new feature. They're coming with the new technology. They're coming the new version. That's why MuleSoft became more popular. So wherever the Salesforce is there, obviously there is the Mules there. Okay, so this is the some of the job point of view. So why we learn Mule? What is the importance? What is the difference between the technologies? Is it good for the technology? It is, there is a life for the Mule means. These are the answer for those questions. Definitely coming 2 years, there is a huge demand for the MuleSoft. Okay, maybe you're already inquiring on the market. You can able to see there is a huge demand for the MuleSoft professional. Even though not that there is not enough projects in the hand. In coming 1 year, 2 years, there are huge number of projects are coming out of the market. So in those situation, there is a huge demand for the MuleSoft professionals. Moreover, the important point is, so there are no coding skills are required to learn this course. There is no coding skills are required to write your MuleSoft. It is very easy. Okay. So you have any doubts? Yeah. So MuleSoft and Workato, which has more opening? So purely depending on the market, man. As of now, MuleSoft has the great market demand. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to know about the MuleSoft course? I can spend 5 minutes. Maybe the first time you are learning this course, maybe you are getting what is an integration, something like that onwards. Okay. The integration is nothing but we need to communicating from one system and another system. Now we are in the modern world. Definitely we need to communicating between different system, that we need to create it. Ranjan Yadav raised a hand. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, Ranjan, you can able to now you can talk it. I can unmute your Ranjan. Tell me what's your doubt. You can able to unmute yourself. I'm already given permission to you. Hello. No. Yeah. Otherwise, you can ping me. What is the message? 1 second. Somebody pinging. Which work after this course? So the main intention of this course is we will learn about the MuleSoft course means we can able to create an APS GUI banner. So what should I take MuleSoft or automation testing? So in compared to the automation testing and MuleSoft is it is very good compared to the automation testing. MuleSoft is the best choice, right? Because you have already background of the testing and it is very good to learn the MuleSoft. So MuleSoft is the promising for coming 5 years, no problem. It is a open source means it's not a open source one. There is the proprietary one, but learning the MuleSoft, they're providing the one idea that is Anypoint Studio. For that user, we don't need to pay anything. What is the major difference between Apigee and MuleSoft means? That's not the point because the Apigee mainly used to the in real-time market, the Apigee mainly used to apply the policies, but whereas the MuleSoft is used to design the APIs. There is a major difference between Apigee and the MuleSoft. So main user, whenever we need to apply policy is nothing but the security features. There we can use the Apigee effectively, but whenever we need to create the new kind of communication, then we can use the MuleSoft. Any other? I think that's all for today. Sorry, that's all for the question and answer. I can take some break and I can. So in meanwhile, I can show you what is the simplicity of creating an API. First, we will see that one and I can come back and I can answer your questions. Okay. 1 second. For the users of MuleSoft, they're providing one software. That software we can call it as Anypoint Studio. So where we can download the studio is this is the location. So by using this location, we can able to download your Anypoint Studio. It is a very free one. We no need to pay a single rupee to use this one. Okay. First, we will see that software and the simplicity of creating an API. Then we can come back here. First we will see simplicity of using the software, then we can talk about all these things. So what is the name of the software? Name is Anypoint Studio. I can simply open this one. Meanwhile, we will search for is there any job openings for the MuleSoft. Maybe some of the members ask this question. So is there this is good for the career? uh, Jobs on MuleSoft. Let's check it. What are the answers given by Google, by not by me? Okay, you can see is the MuleSoft is a good career. We click on this one, you can see. I can zoom it. Then the MuleSoft will be key component in the shift. You can see there are the number of promising career growth is there. MuleSoft, you can see this is the survey conducted by the May 27. Okay, we can answer one more question. You can see, is there any demand for the MuleSoft? You can see the demand for the new developer is steadily growing. Why? Because it is acquired by the SalesForce. From that day onwards, that promoting the MuleSoft, you can see that the huge demand for the MuleSoft. Okay. Uh, you can see, can I fresher, can I learn the MuleSoft? You can see you can learn the MuleSoft even though you are not aware of Java technology. This is the most important. Why? Because the most of the members that they are in the myth. So to learn the MuleSoft, we need to know about the Java technology. No, we don't have that Java technology because the Mule 3 we need to know about Java. From the Mule 4 onwards, they're purely depending on their own data view language, their own language. So if you know the Java, then it is very good. But it is not a true. If you don't, if you know the Java, then only we can able to learn the MuleSoft. Is that's not true. If you don't have the Java, also we can able to write your Java MuleSoft code. So this is the number of you can see. Why MuleSoft as a carrier? That means you can see this answer. This is acquired by Salesforce 2008. So moreover, the pay scales are very high compared to any other technologies. Even Java, you can take automation testing or you can take a .NET applications. The MuleSoft developer has compared to those technology, he is gaining more packages as a fresher or as an experienced person. That's the one of the major reason to learn the MuleSoft. Okay. Maybe this is one of the question. What the scope? So maybe you are thinking coming 2 years or coming 1 year, the scope means it is steadily growing the demand on MuleSoft. Coming 2 to 3 years, there is no dog about this one. So maybe the scope is maybe minimum 3 years is guaranteed for the MuleSoft. After that one, we are not we don't expecting something like that one. What happens? There may be new version is coming. There may be new requirement coming. So minimum 3 year the scope is there for the MuleSoft. So you guys are any other? I can create one simple project. You guys have any doubts? You can ask me. Meanwhile, I can open my Anypoint Studio. This is the software. So the way we are creating our API, first you can see that's very simple. Simply drag and drag and drag. No need to write single line of the code. Still have any doubts? You can ping me. I can address you. No doubts? Hello. Maybe I can unmute it. Maybe then you can able to talk with each other. Let's me try this thing. Then it is very easy. 1 second. I can. Let's wait for this one. So where is that option? I don't see the how you can unmute myself. So meanwhile, you can ask me questions. Don't worry, no problem. Somebody asked the question. Any extra advantage we have when we learn the MuleSoft? Definitely, when we now what is the thing inside of the advantages now? Now, what is happening? For example, you can take any technology giant. So what they are expecting, for example, you are a Java developer. So there is new require comes in. So if you know the Java and they can start training you inside of the company and they're migrating you as a MuleSoft developer because there is a requirement is there because learning the MuleSoft very easy. If you have the Java knowledge and you are having the other extra language that is the MuleSoft, then they are promoting you as a new post. Something like that one. You are the MuleSoft developer, then they're giving some extra advantage. So we are a .NET developer. Inside of the .NET developer developing program also, we can able to use these APIs. So we already existing technology without migrating, we can simply use this course and they can add it extra advantage for you. I can open this one second. I can close this project. So somebody asked this question, sir, I am a Salesforce developer. So is there any need to learn the MuleSoft as if you are sales developer, then it is extra advantage for example, so they are using Salesforce as a backend data CRM project. In the front end, you can use the MuleSoft to communicating these things. It is very advantage for you. It is useful the automation testing means it's not directly useful the automation testing, but you can able to switch your domain knowledge from automation to any developer mode thing, then it is the best choice for you because you are already in the testing domain, right? So because you don't know aware of the what is the technology and outside the wall, maybe you are not aware of the idea about the coding. So in those situations, the MuleSoft is the best option for you. Somebody asked the question, Junid Sheikh. Yeah, because the what is the ultimate thing is we need learn more CTC, right? So in the automation, maybe you are getting you are getting the less amount, then we can just simply migrating the other technology. In those situations, MuleSoft is the best one because it is the less coding. Now you can see this is the Anypoint Studio. Here I'm creating one simple API without writing single code. You can see. Obviously, first we need to create a one simple project. How we are going to create a simple project? We'll be sharing today's session. Yeah, definitely, no problem. File, new. I can create one simple project. One second. Mule project. So from the 9th onwards, we are planned to start the new batch. First three classes are absolutely free. So those are domain sections. So maybe within a 1 hour, maybe you are not getting complete idea about the course. So better to attend those demo classes, then you can get one idea. Okay. So for the introduction only, we are conducting this webinar. So timings, morning, early morning, 7:30 to 8:30, we are starting the classes. Okay, from the 9th onwards. Okay, you will get the notification. First three classes are floor classes are absolutely free. There are demo classes you can attend. Then we can see the one by one we can able to understand this, because it's a little short time we have. So maybe you are not getting complete idea about the technology, complete idea about the course. So those we can utilize those 4 classes, then we can get it. So here I'm showing you how you can able to create a simple API without writing a single line. This is my sample project, something. Finish. Yeah, some of the member asked the question, very interesting one. So I'm working at a TIPCO background, 5 years of experience in that one. So is it good to Mule migrating the TIPCO to MuleSoft? 100% is good. So compared to the TIPCO, there are more offers in MuleSoft. So maybe 3 years back, TIPCO is the one of the giant in the integration platform. Now it is MuleSoft. Just remember it. You have the already integration background, right? So then you can easily get the job when we learn the MuleSoft. Yeah. Why? Because most of the companies they are migrating the TIPCO to MuleSoft. There you can get your experience, right? Yeah, you can see whatever you are seeing. This is your Anypoint platform or Anypoint Studio. So by using this tool, we can able to create your APIs very easily. So whatever you are seeing, this the right side, left side, you can call it as a package, and the right side you can able to see different things. So this is the most important things. So this is the place you can call it as a palette. This palette contains different connectors. So for example, you need to create any component by using this connector, we can able to do it. So for example, I want to create an API. First, we will see how your API looks like it. Maybe in the last one of the member asked this question, how we can able to integrate a phone pay with your application. Maybe you are thinking you are in a simple myth. So we are entirely copy our payment phone pay application code into your application is that is not the thing. So you can able to see they are giving several APIs. Just remember this, the most important one. Whenever we need to integrate your application with the phone pay application, what they are going to do is they're providing some APIs. We can simply including these APIs inside of your. So what is the API? You can see this is the call of an API. I can show you it. So fast, you can see this, you can call it as an API. You can see this is my phone pay server. This is my phone pay address. You can see what operation I am performing. What operation I am performing? I am performing the debit operation. What is the meaning of the debit operation? That is nothing but the payment. So this is an API, but they are providing the APIs URL like this one. You can simply copy this URL and you can paste it into your application. Then it is automatically redirecting your application to your phone pay application. That is the most important one. I can show it to you. 1 second. Maybe you are thinking, let us assume this is your application. So there is, I need to pay 1,000 rupees here. They are using the payment option is there. What happened when we click on this payment operation? It is automatically redirecting to my phone pay app, right? So how it is redirecting means when we click on the pay, so internally they are calling this API call. Just remember it. They are not importing anything from the PhonePe. They are simply redirecting your entire application to PhonePe application. How they are redirecting means when we click on pay, it is automatically calling this one. So whatever you are seeing, that you can call it as an API call. So why? Because by using this API call only, we can able to communicating your application to phone application. So this you can call it as an integration. So here the important thing is we need to create this API call. Okay, right? For this one, you can see you already know this is HTTPS. You can call it as a protocol. Whatever you are seeing, this is my server address. The second one, you can call it as a your endpoint. Forget about the technical terms. So what you are seeing by creating this API call, we can able to communicating your application with the some other application. So now what my intention is, now I want to create this API call without writing single code. So how we are going to do that one? Okay, go to Anypoint Studio. So here in this example, the first thing what we are using, HTTP. What is the use of HTTP is, so by using HTTP, we can able to access your data from your remote server. That's the point you have to keep in mind. So you can see simple example, HTTP, you can see I'm not writing single code. I'm simply using drag and drop. Okay. So I want to create a web service. How you can able to create a web service? By using this HTTP connector. Just remember. Now I'm creating one web service, right? For this web service, I need to configure it. What protocol I'm using? You can see. I'm using which protocol? HTTP protocol. Which port I'm using? Azure agent. I will explain this one. Okay. Click on OK. It is taking some time. 1 second. What is this test? I can explain it. Don't worry. I can explain one by one. Just now we are completed the creation of one simple API. So what is my intention when I call this API? It should be printing some message, welcome to Mule, something like that one. Yeah, somebody raise the hand. Give me 1 second. I can come back to you. Welcome to Mule. What are these things? Maybe you are getting doubt. Yeah, what are the message? So duration of the course is the 40 classes. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see whatever you are seeing is just now, this is the creation of your simple API. Now we are completed creation of one API. You can see that's very simple. So maybe you are getting doubt how this API will works. First we can execute this one, then we can come back. What is the payload operation, the MuleSoft? It is too early to discuss the what is the payload, everything. So the MuleSoft, where your output is available means their output, entire output is available inside of the what payload. Okay. You can attend those demo classes. The first 3 classes, you can get the complete idea about the MuleSoft. So in today's webinar is just we can give the little bit introduction to the APIs and what are the myths inside of your mind. Is it good to learn the MuleSoft? That's the only concentration about this test one. Okay. And I can show that the simplicity of, oh, font size. No problem. I can zoom it. One second. First it got executed, then I can show you. So previously we've seen this one. What is this one? This is your API call. By using this API call, we can able to perform phone pay payment. Just remember. Okay. Some of the member asking zooming the call, and I can zoom this one. Yeah. So you can see I'm adding two components. That's completion of your API designing. For the HTTP listener, second one is to display some message. Okay. Once it got developed, then I can show you what is the output generated by this one. Meanwhile, I can, oh no, I can show. You can see this is the PhonePe API. So the PhonePe API always requires some information. What is the information you are expecting? What is the amount I want to debit from which account? That's the only information we required. Just like the PhonePe API, you can take any payment apps. They always providing the APIs for you. You can see this is the one of the payment app that is Razor Pay. They are also providing the APIs. You can see payment MP APIs. By using these APIs only, we can able to communicate your application with some other application. Okay, we no need to import the entire source code of your PhonePe or Razor Pay into your application. They're never going to give you. By creating a simple communication path, we can able to communicate it. Somebody asked in the question. I'm a non-IT background. Is it 40 classes okay to learn this course? So this is a very good question. I can. Uh, So this is the question asked by one of the member. I'm a non-IT background. Is it the 40 classes is okay to learn the course? So just remember the guys, in the 40 classes, I'm covering all the real-time scenarios and what we are using inside of the project. So to learn means we need to practice at least 2 hours per a day. At least 2 hours per a day, then it is enough. In 40 classes and 2 hours per a day, definitely you can get whatever the knowledge who are having the 2 years experience guy on the real time. But only thing is we need to practice it. Just remember it. Maybe you are thinking it's a GUI tool, it is very easy to learn. But the problem is the GUI is always giving you the laziness. Maybe you are no, we are not aware, we are not, maybe we are thinking that by seeing this component we can able to get. But the GUI always we need to practice. Without practicing usage of GUI is very hard. If you practice 2 hours per a day, then it is very easy. In the 40 classes and 2 hours day practice, then easily crack your interview. That's the point you have to remember it. Any other? Hi sir, whom to contact get demo classes? You already registered, right? So all you get an SMS or email to your email ID with your demo sessions, all the links. Otherwise, they already shared that phone numbers to you. You can just contact with them. Okay. Definitely, you can get the demo links and through SMS and through emails. Don't get it. Don't worry about it. So the fees, they will share all the details to as SMS. Don't worry. The fees and duration of the course is the minimum 40 classes. Just remember, these are the minimum. So maybe you are getting 5 classes, 6 classes extra only. We are not strict to we are up to complete the course in the 40. We are not at the one. So minimum we can take the 40 classes. If it is not enough, we can take the 5 to 6 classes extra to cover all the things. We are not completed the course in a hurry manner. We can take the simple and study and we can complete it. So I'm from the mainframe background. Yes, we can able to learn the course without having any problems. Do we only create APIs in the MuleSoft? Yes, by you we only creating the APIs because the APIs are the only part we can able to communicate it. Okay. I don't know API web service. Is it okay? Because I don't know also know. I don't know what is an API. By attending first 3 demo classes, you can get it. Don't worry about it. Should I take online or offline? You can take online. Just now, as of now, we are conducting classes on the online mode only. Obviously, there are the recorded sessions are also available. Maybe you are missing one or day. You can go through the recorded sessions. You can able to learn it. Okay. Meanwhile, we will see whether my application got deployed or not. Yes, my application got deployed. Now you guys are telling me this is an API, right? So to use as of an API, we need an app. What is that app? What is that app? Just now we are creating an API. Just remember, we are creating an API, right? So API is nothing but just remember, it is a one web service. So to use or to call web service, we can use web browser, right? Just remember. Now we want to check it. My application is running or not. For that one, I'm using web browser. Here I'm using my Brave as a web browser. Now here it is asking you something like that one URL. What is the URL we need to contain? You can see at the time of creation, I'm giving some configuration settings for this one. Let's see now you can understand what are all these things. So you can see what protocol I'm using. What protocol I'm using? HTTP. Now you can write it my URL like this one. Now I'm writing my URL. So you can see what protocol I'm using, HTTP. So my API call is starts with my protocol, that is HTTP. The next one, you can see what is my host, where my application is running inside of my machine. Then I can give what is my address. Host name is localhost. For example, this application is running on somewhere else. Then here we need to provide the server. Localhost. Then what is the port number here I'm using? 8081. The next one. What is the path I am giving? I am giving the test. So by using this name, we can able to call your API. Okay, just like one. You can see previously how the PhonePe is providing the API like this one. We are using this API to call your API. I'm just copying and paste it inside of my web browser. Let's see what is the output we are getting. You can see what is the message we are getting. Welcome to Mule. So what this is the message we are creating inside of your Mule flow. Now you can see by simple two steps you are done your completion of your API. So whenever you are calling this API, they are getting this message. You can see I'm not writing single line of the code. You can simply use the two components and drag and drop. I'm completing creation of an API. So this is the simplicity of creating an API without writing single line of the code. You can see I'm not writing any single code. Simply drag and drop, drag and drop. I'm able to create an API. Okay, that's why MuleSoft is very easy to learn and very easy to design. Just remember. Okay, so this is all about how we can able to create an API and what is the need of an API and what is an API. Okay, yeah, that's all for today. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Hi sir, I have experience in Informatica and that is Unix. Oh, Informatica or information Unix background and career gap too. Yeah, oh, this is also one of the good question. Let me show that message to others also can understand this one. You can see, sir, I have experience on some other domain, something like that one. And this is the most important one. I have some career gap is there. Maybe 2 years of career gap, 10 years of the gap. So I want to shift myself. Then it is helpful to my to start my career as a fresh as. So this is the very useful career. Sorry, it is very easy to shift from one background to another background, even though you have the gap. Okay, so this is the very easiest one. Now you are seeing how we can able to create an API in simple two steps. Okay, there is no background details are required, there is no prerequisites are required, there is no technologies required to learn the MuleSoft. Okay, just you need practice it. Follow the class and practice, you can get it. Yeah, any other? I'm experiences of EDA. That means you are talking about flow diagram, something like that one. Pooja Kumari. I'm not getting. I'm a ED. What is meant by EDA? Is there any separate technology or we're talking about time? Okay, Sterling integrator too. Okay, okay. So just remember one thing, guys. So to learn the MuleSoft, whatever background you are coming, that is not the question. The first point. You are coming from the testing, no problem. You are coming from the non-IT, no problem. You are coming from the Java, no problem. You are coming from the .NET or you are coming from the TIPCO, no problem. So whatever you are seeing the MuleSoft, you are coming as a fresher to MuleSoft. That's it. If you know the technology, very good. If you don't know, then no problem. By using MuleSoft, we can able to get the job. That's the point. You have to remember it. Okay. So why? Because the integration is nothing but maybe you are know the .NET. Maybe in the integration part you are coming, you need to communicating with the Oracle side. You need to communicating with the SAP side. That means we don't get the chance to learn all those things, right? By creating the third party apps, we can able to communicate it. That's the most important point. By taking this course, how much experience put in the resume? That's up to you, boy. So how I can tell you? I can give you the guarantee. Whatever you are learning the course and practice, that is equivalent to 2 years experience a guy inside of organization market. Okay, that's the only I can give assurance. Is there any other doubts? Please attend the demo classes. There I can address the most of the questions and the most of the things, because this is the 1 hour. Maybe you are not getting some idea about the course and everything. Okay, it's better to attend those demo classes. The 3 classes obviously free. First 3 classes, most probably I can discuss the core structure and the basics things and basic architecture of the course, and how you can able to create a simple APIs following mechanism. Then you can get one idea. Then you can decide, is it good for me or is it easy to learn? Everything you can learn. Okay. Can you explain the difference between designing the Mule app in Anypoint Studio or Anypoint Design Center? It is too early to discuss these things, right? Because you don't know what is an Anypoint Design Center, right? Okay, just attend the demo class there. I can have the lot of time, then I can discuss these points one by one. Okay. This question was asked by Bentam. Yeah. Anything apart from this? From the 9th onwards, we have the demo session starts. You can get your SMS and link of demo sessions. Try to attend that one. Then they can address the more questions. We have the lot of time. Okay. Any other? Thank you for participating in the webinar. Puja Kumar, you are always question. I'm a EDA experience after 5 years. Does it useful for me? Yes, definitely useful. Anything else I can spend? Yeah, that's all for thing, I think. Thank you guys. Thank you for attending the webinar. Don't forget. Is it full of programming? No, it's only programming part is only 20%. Rahmatullah Ahmad. It's a full of GUIs. Just remember, just you can see. Drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. It's a full of GUI only. Only 20% is a coding part. Yeah, that's all for today's session. Okay, once again, I'm repeating, from 9th onwards, we are starting the demo sessions. Okay, so we will get the notification message email. Try to attend the free demo sessions, then you can get the complete idea about the course. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you very much for attending the webinar. From the admin side, you guys have share any links to these people? No, phone number, something like that one. Maybe they can touch with you to attend the demo sessions. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys.